What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Talking Timepieces with Tony. I'm Tony, and today is an episode about Zenith. Yes, Zenith. Today I am wearing my Zenith Chronomaster Open Heart watch. Absolutely beautiful and stunning. I wanted to say congratulations to Zenith. This is 2025. They are celebrating 160 years of watchmaking. The master of chronographs, yes, was started in 1865 by Georges Favre-Jacot. Age 19, he, just wanted to start start making watches in Le Loc, Switzerland. And they started out with, one building, and then eventually up to 18 buildings, I think, 18 or 19 buildings in Le Loc, Switzerland. And they are still there to this day in the same building or the same buildings. One thing, I love about Zenith watches, not only have they been around, they have the history, the heritage. They are the first ever all in-house brand. A lot of people don't know that. Um, George, or Georges, as I like to call him, or sometimes I have to call him Mr. Jacot, but whatever. He calls me Tony, and I'm fine with that. So, just kidding. But the thing is it's not a video just on the history of Zenith. It's just really basically 160 years. What a milestone. Again, started as all in-house from the get-go. Producing pocket watches, and eventually 1969 was that sort of year where they were the first. They came up with the El Primero chronograph, which was the first automatic chronograph. It's not modular like a lot of other watches where you have the actual movement and then the chronograph is a separate module that is placed within that movement. So for instance, if you take some other brands, you can service the watch itself but not have to service the chronograph, or vice versa. But the thing is that that's really not sort of relevant to what this video is about. It's really the congratulations to Zenith. And I don't believe they give them, they're a healthy brand, they're doing well, but they don't get the props, like Patek does, or some of these other brands, Rolex of course. But they definitely deserve their place, and they have their place. And again, they're a healthy brand. But I believe so many other people need to know about Zenith because they make just incredible watches. Again, for those of you who don't know, that Rolex Daytona used the Zenith El Primero movement up until I think it was 2002. I'm not sure. I can't remember. However, my journey with Zenith started around 2002, 2003. Back in those days, I was into Rolex and Cartier and Patek Philippe. Of course, I didn't have a Patek, couldn't afford it. I did have a Rolex and I did have a Cartier. But the first brand that I ventured off out of the norm was a Zenith El Primero Open. Came out, I believe, 2002. It was a 44 millimeter, I believe. It was big. But man, I bought that watch and I just thought it was the most stunning watch that I'd ever seen, with the open heart complication and whatever. And I wore that watch every single day. I toured with that watch and I loved it. And that was really sort of where my love affair with Zenith started, was 2002, 2003. I ended up getting rid of the watch for some reason. I don't know the specific reason. I think someone may have liked it. I tend to do this sometimes where I go, oh yeah, cool, here, and then I just give it to them, or I'll sell it or whatever. But anyway, I'd always, from that point forward, always wanted to get another Zenith. And through time, other things happen. Like for instance, I picked up Rolex, things like that, Cartier. Zenith came out with Paco. Why when I film videos? 1969 was the El Primero, the year of the El Primero. And they came out in the A386 master of chronographs again, right? And then I'm just skipping ahead. They did the revival series, and they're so true to their history. The way that they do these re-releases on these watches are absolutely stunning. They're just on point, and they're relevant to this day as they were in 1969. extremely relevant in 2025. They came out with the Defy, I think the orange one that just got released as well. I mean, not my sort of, I wouldn't buy that watch just because the all the orange on the watch, but everything that they do is just, I want to say, aesthetically beautiful, but their movements, the El Primero, you can't dispute it as to what that watch and what that movement is. Um, they have, like, you know, the Elite series, which is more of a dress series that doesn't get too much love, but they're just beautiful watches, right? Then you have like the Defy Skyline. I had the Defy Skyline Skeleton, beautiful watch. A lot of people think that they look too much like the AP Royal Oak. However, if you go back to '69, before the Genta designed Royal Oak, they had that octagonal shaped bezel, and it progressed from there into the Defy. And the Defy is, you know, just a stunning looking watch. Beats at 36,000 BPH, and just absolutely stunning. Uh, what else? They have that was the 3648, I believe, the orange one. But through the years, I always said I wanted to get another Zenith, and it just for some reason took me so long. My second ever Zenith was a 1940s dress watch, 18 karat gold, manual wind, and it was a 40 millimeter watch from the 1940s, which 40 millimeter was huge back then. So you had to be a real baller to be wearing that watch, I guess. Love that watch. Don't have that one anymore. I was walking through Whole Foods one day and I heard this clank, 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 and the crystal came off of it. And I had a bunch of groceries, and now I'm holding this crystal in my hand and I've got an open dial on this, and I didn't know what to do. What do I do? Leave the groceries and go to Generali's Jewelers and have my buddy Peter fix it, and that's what I did. But I eventually got rid of it just because it was such a fragile watch, but it was beautiful. Through the years, they've done collabs, of course, with Bindi. They came out with the Zenith Bindi. That was a Defy Skyline skeleton with rubies, I'm sorry, sapphires around the bezel. And I want to say sapphires. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of losing it, man, you guys. Sorry. And then, of course, when you look at the El Primero, this is a watch I picked up last year. I'd gone to a Zenith Bindi event, and I bought this specifically for the event. But this is where it started. The initial one that I purchased in 2003, again, was, you know, a stunning watch, much bigger. This is a 39 millimeter. Initially was going to go with their triple calendar, which I really love the triple calendar. But the thing is, the reason why I didn't is it has the complications, but because of my eyesight, I can't really see them all that well. And I figured, you know what, I just want to go back to where, you know, like the homage of where I started with Zenith. So I bought this one. Of course, the Pilot watch is my daily, every day, as you guys know. Another beautiful watch, very understated. And when you wear that, only you know what you have. Most people aren't going to recognize the fact that it's a Zenith. But through all of this, Zenith continue to innovate and make phenomenal watches. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to be doing at Watches and Wonders this year, which will be in April, in just a couple weeks. And congratulations again to Zenith. I want to say hi to Jessica over at Zenith. You guys take care of me. Ellen, of course, she's the president of Zenith USA. Just, you know, I've become friends with these people through the years, and well, through time, and they're a great company. I really recommend you guys give them a chance if you haven't ever really looked at them. Romain Marietta, I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. You know, all very cool people. The people that I've met and that work at Zenith have just been absolutely stellar as human beings, and they care. And I had an issue with my Pilot watch previously they took care of me. So on that note, again, I wanted to wish Zenith a happy 160th birthday, and I wish you 160 more years, and on top of that, and you keep going. So on that note, my cat has been distracting me ever since I started this video, so I apologize. But appreciate you guys. Have a good one.